Welcome to the Erasmus Socialinnovation4Europe project. Our aim with these resources is to support young people with tools and methods of social entrepreneurship, as we emerge from the COVID-19 pandemic. As part of the SIE Storytelling Training Kit, we will explore the topic of competencies and training for young people in a Europe-wide context. In this module we will explore some common definitions of entrepreneurship, useful signposting and further guidance for young people about why being entrepreneurial is now more important than ever before. The Oxford Dictionary defines entrepreneurship as the activity of setting up a business or businesses, taking on financial risks in the hope of profit, whilst the European Commission defines it as acting upon opportunities and ideas and transforming them into value for others, which can be financial, cultural, or social. Which definition do you prefer? The European Commission has an entrepreneurship policy with the aim to support companies throughout their life cycle, promoting entrepreneurial education at all levels. But, the lack of comprehensive learning outcomes for entrepreneurship education was identified by Eurodice as one of the main hindrances to entrepreneurial learning in Europe. The COVID pandemic affected almost everyone. Some companies didn't survive, whilst many had significant problems. Did you know that small and medium-sized enterprises account for 90% of businesses globally and provide 70% of employment worldwide? Can you think about any opportunities post-pandemic? An entrepreneurial mindset means mental habits that influence the way you think about the world and act upon what you see. Curiosity, connections, and creating value are smart topics when we investigate the skills required for a new era of social innovation and entrepreneurship. Can you recognize these features in yourself? Organizational and economic development is hugely dependent on entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is essential for driving positive firm performance in competitive or challenging environments and creates competitive differentiation through new products or services. Today's entrepreneurs are tearing down the walls of traditional business models by implementing processes that are viable, sustainable and in line with what we might describe as a new generational workforce. But the brave new world of entrepreneurship certainly isn't for the faint-hearted. Do any of the aspects above appeal to you? Launched in 2016, the European Entrepreneurship Competence Framework, EntreComp, set out to support and improve the entrepreneurial capacity of European citizens. Creativity, ethical and sustainable thinking, self-awareness and self-efficacy, taking the initiative, coping with uncertainty, ambiguity and risk are just 5 of the areas you can see. The EU needs a skills revolution to ensure people can thrive in the green and digital transitions, and to help in the recovery from the pandemic. The skills agenda aims to improve the relevance of skills across the EU to strengthen sustainable competitiveness, ensure social fairness and build our resilience. It does this through 12 actions. Here are the first 6 examples. The pandemic accelerated new career challenges for many people in Europe. In the aftermath of the crisis, many Europeans will need to retrain in a new skill or improve their existing skills to adapt to the changed labor market. Here are the next 6 actions. Can you add any more priorities of your own? There is no specific UK policy stating that all young people need entrepreneurship education. However, recent governments have begun to identify this and have commissioned research. They've been concentrating on further and higher education when trying to incorporate entrepreneurship into education, but not instilling the necessary skills or mindset earlier in the educational journey. Read the resource for best practice examples from the UK. There are many examples in Italy of entrepreneurship best practices. An important role is played by the vocational training centres which receive funds from the regions. Then there are many youth policy measures supported by the government. Please refer to the resources for Italian best practice examples. In Slovakia there are support mechanisms for aspiring or established entrepreneurs. The first important institution is the National Entrepreneurship Centre, which supports entrepreneurs in the different regions with training on a local as well as national level. The second most important institution is the Slovak Business Agency. Read the resource for best practice examples from Slovakia and compare their approaches to entrepreneurship education. Development agencies aim to activate local development dynamics across Turkey, and to make the best use of regional resources and potential to ensure that development covers the whole country. Equalizing access to opportunities for citizens as much as possible is a core aim. Read the resource for some best practice examples from Turkey. Starting recently, a new education and employment program PEO 2021-2027 includes European and state budget funds, mainly for projects in the social area and financing lines for new entrepreneurs. A key focus is increasing the access and participation of disadvantaged groups to education and vocational training, and improving the overall quality of educational services. Read the resource for some best practices from Romania. For several years, the Spanish government has been investing heavily in training for employment, through state training plans to improve the skills of the unemployed, and plans designed to improve the employment potential of existing workers. Regional governments are also routinely implementing similar plans to improve people's skills and link them to the needs of the labor market. Read the resource for best practice examples from Spain. Thanks for your attention and taking the time to view this resource. Please visit the Social Innovation for Europe project website and social media pages for more information, free resources and training ideas to use in your educational or training setting.